Elementary students in Surrey are going to be losing their playground when they move into a new K-12 school, the renovated high school. So the town thought it was a good time to build a new playground. But it couldn't be just any playground. They want it to be accessible to everyone, including children and adults who are living with disabilities. This is an expensive endeavor. But a dedicated group of residents, they have a plan. They're hoping to win money through the Aviva Community Fund. Aviva is an insurance company that holds competitions for community projects every year. It's an online campaign where teams from across Canada rely on votes to win. And so far, Surrey is doing extremely well. It looks like they're tied for first in the qualifying round and will be going into the semifinals. And to find out more about this, the CBC's Lindsay Carroll spoke with Shelly Keenan, the co-chair of the Surrey Consolidated Home and School.
The Surrey Playground for All is a huge dream. It is a completely inclusive playground, not only for children with mobility issues, but for children with learning disabilities, or maybe they have sight issues. It's also for adults who have mobility issues. An adult in a wheelchair can't properly supervise a child on a playground if there's pea gravel. And the closest inclusive playground to us is 100 kilometers away. And there are 0 inclusive playgrounds in Kings County.
So where's the closest one then?
Stratford.
So tell me what makes this playground different. Like what does it look like?
It does have ramps that go up to the play equipment. There's a pirate ship. There's equipment like jungle gym equipment that is lowered so that children in wheelchair can still feel like they're playing on a jungle gym equipment. There's a lot of panels in it that are, some will be Braille, some will be ABCs.
What's going to be on the ground? You mentioned there's no gravel, so what's on the ground?
Yeah, no pea gravel at all. We're hoping to go with either the cork flooring or the rubber matting so that the whole area is completely accessible. A wheelchair or a walker or a cane can travel the entire play area. The need in our community and, realistically surrounding communities is huge. We, in our school right now, have children that have never been on a playground. And it's hard to believe that a child has never been on a playground. We also have the Harbour View Training Center here in Surrey, and there are young adults there that have never been on play equipment. The need is tremendous.
And the Harbour View Center is for people with mental and physical disabilities?
Yep, it is, yes. And they are literally across the road from our school.
So what would this mean for you to be able to have this playground?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's just a huge dream, and not just for me, but for everyone that's been working on this. It really is close to our heart, and something that we will put everything we can into.
You sound like you're getting emotional about it, just thinking about the possibility of having it.
I'm just so excited to see that playground. Yeah, it really is overwhelming for me to see the community come together with a unified vision of helping out these children. We have one in particular that I think everybody in our community knows. His name is John Lang, and he is the most popular student in our school. He is wonderful. He has cerebral palsy, and with his condition, he cannot come out of his chair, but his chair can't go on our playground. It would just be such a joy to see the children playing on a playground with him. And they anticipate that as well. And the children have been working on an accessible playground for John for several years. This isn't a new idea.
So tell me about how it's going on Facebook, because you're trying to get the Aviva Community Fund, which is a very prestigious thing to get. How is it going?
It is going really, really well. We have tremendous support. All the people in our community that have taken the time to vote, it's overwhelming and just wonderful to see such support.
I hear you're neck and neck for first place with another contestant.
We are neck and neck, yes. When we go to bed at night, we're in first, and when we wake up in the morning, we're in second. And we battle back and forth during the day, and they equally have a wonderful cause. So either way, it'll be great going into the semis to have some competition.
The top 10 teams will go to the semifinals, so you're for sure going to be in the semifinals.
Well, unless something catastrophic happens. So in the semifinals, you will go up against 30 teams that have come in to the semis, and then it really comes down to the top 10 teams. So we'll be keeping our eyes on the next rounds to see how voting goes. In semifinals, it really does come down to the last vote, and December 14th, I believe, we find out if we've made it into the finals. And, you know, even if we just make it into the finals, we get $5,000. It's totally worth it.
How much is it going to cost to put this playground in?
$140,000. We never anticipated that we would ever be able to have a playground that big. So we had set our sights originally on a $50,000 playground, knowing that that was a reasonable amount for us to fundraise as a community, and then saw this opportunity and thought, let's make it a dream.
What happens if you don't get the Aviva Community Fund? What will you do then?
We start fundraising. We have been planning for this playground for some time, so we do have some money set away for it.
Well, thank you so much for telling me more about this.
Thank you so much for having me on. It was a pleasure to speak with you.
That was Shelly Keenan, co-chair of the Surrey Consolidated Home and School. She was speaking there with the CBC's Lindsay Carroll. And if you want to find out more about the Aviva campaign, you can visit avivacommunityfund.org. At last count, the group has over 12,000 votes for the qualifying first round.